Hello.
Oh, we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Orange Blossom Social. I was in the back with the boss, so I get an excuse there. There he is over there, chatting about things to come here at the Orange Blossom Opry. Good morning, everybody. Say hello to my sidekick, Dangerous Dave. There he is. Let's see, Captain Kurt's up there producing the show. Fast Eddie's over to my shoulder, and Heather Byers is the helm driving the bus up there for us. As always, and look at all the people here, man. How y'all doing? Good morning, everybody. Looks like this is a place to be on Tuesdays. Sorry about the weather.
They heard about the donuts.
Yeah, they heard about the donuts. Well,
Thank you for the donuts. They're awesome.
Yeah.
There's some jelly donuts in this one.
Oh, my nice. God. Yeah, see, right there, though, is my favorite donut. Just a plain old donut cake.
Oh, yeah.
All that other fancy stuff you can have. And sometimes you can get them, they're big and they're dark brown and they're kind of burnt a little bit and crunchy. That's when they're really good. That's the best ones. All right. Rolling along here.
Our toaster in the back has multiple settings: light toast, medium toast, dark toast, and then Bobby toast.
Oh, yeah. I burn my Pop-Tarts. You go back there, when your Pop-Tarts are perfect is when they just start, that blue smoke just starts coming out of the top of the toaster. You run them and pop them out, and they're so hot.
Smoke detectors going off.
Yeah. You can't
We've been through 10 toasters since Bobby's been here.
The boss is giving you the thumbs up on that.
Oh, they're awesome. That's when they're awesome. They're all burned around the edges and everything. Best time. Hi, Larry. Good morning. How are you, sir? All right, glad we're not in Michigan this morning, right? Chilly up there. Any of you folks, how many folks from Michigan in here? Yeah, glad you're not up there this morning. It's cold. All right, let's see. We had
what a week we had.
Oh, and Mike's here too, everybody. And
howdy, Mike.
And the show is about you all, which means if you're first time here, you raise your hand and you can ask questions because we could like to have a conversation with you all. Same for everybody watching, wherever you are watching out there in TV land, wherever that may be. We take your questions. Captain Kurt's back there for you on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching. If you have a question, he will stop the show and put your little hand up and we'll talk to you. Otherwise, we just sit up here and babble.
Speaking of babbling, how about last week?
Yeah.
What an incredible week we had. I mean, well, first of all, kick it off with the Stevie Ray tribute. That show, Robbie is such a good entertainer.
Yeah,
he's such a great guitar player. And I can't get over, he must have cornered the market on good genes because last year when he came, his 14-year-old son was playing drums for him.
Yeah.
This year when he came, his 17-year-old son was playing drums for him.
Yeah.
And they're both smoking guitar players too.
Wow, both of my kids are smoking pot and in jail. Actually, I don't have any kids. I have stepchildren, but I have none of my own. Yeah, I thought he was awesome. And what a nice guy he is.
Absolutely.
And then Thursday, of course, Eddie failed to pay me the money he owes me. We have a bet, Eddie and I, because we have a new format on Thursdays, everybody, and it's the Orange Blossom Opry Band and Friends. And it's simply that. That's what it is. The Orange Blossom Opry Band plays, and we get buddies, friends, people, jammers, whoever, we don't care, whoever it is, gets up and sings with us on the second half. Now, Fast Eddie has got a little doubt about that, so I tried to bet him. I wanted to bet him $1,000, but he doesn't want to go that because he spends most of his money on blow and other things. So we have a $1 bet now that I can't reach 300 people every Thursday. So Eddie, you owe me $1 from last week. And I hate to tell you, but we've sold over 300 tickets for this Thursday. Are you there, Eddie?
Yeah.
It's $2 this week. $2. Be $2.
Thursday's not here yet.
Be $2. What are you going to wait for? I mean, you're going to wait till June and say, oh, there was 290. It's going to be okay. How are you doing, Fast Eddie? You okay?
Good. Yep, doing good.
You did an awesome job this weekend. I had a couple compliments on the lights on some of the shows. We had, for those of you who weren't here this weekend, I don't think you could get any bigger legends in both markets. We had country music legend Gene Watson was here. And if you don't know who Gary Puckett and the Union Gap is, you live under a rock. So two of the biggest legends in the pop world and country world, and that dadgum Gene Watson is still singing like he's 25 years old or something. He's amazing, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely amazing.
Now his piano player sucked, but
Well,
So I got a call from the Guinness Book of World Records yesterday.
you did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they told me I'm probably the only guy in history that has ever turned the lights off on Gene Watson.
he did. Gene Watson was kidding, and he came back and apologized. And I said wasn't here. I guess he was, as you know, our piano player left the Orange Blossom Opry Band to go to work for Gene, and he's playing for Gene Watson. It was good to see Chris. We got him out to sing on the second show, and he was playing incredible. I mean, he was awesome.
talk about being in his element. That's the kind of stuff he loves to play.
Oh
so.
yeah, right in his. Well, so Gene was making fun. I don't know, because I was hammering Gene about stealing our players and keep your eyes off my guys and all this stuff. And then Gene just said, well, he just wanted to play with a better band, and that's what the people did. The whole place went, oh, and Eddie shut the lights out on him.
Yeah.
So Eddie's got our back.
I like what Gene said that you changed the name of the band to.
Hands off.
The Hands Off Band.
The Hands Off Band. He said, don't be eyeballing any more of my guys. I'll have to take. But anyway.
Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. No.
Yeah. Well, Chad's been with him for 100 years.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a while. Anyway, it was just an awesome weekend here, and the boys in the band worked Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 shows Saturday, 2 shows Sunday. So they were all dragging a little bit, and now we had Monday off. What'd you do yesterday, Dangerous? Anything?
What did I do? No, nothing. I went to the Parks and Recreation Department to try to buy a boat ramp pass, but they were closed.
Ooh,
So I'm
because
gonna
it's
have to-
cold. Yeah.
Well, I forgot.
Yeah, well, you don't want to know what I did yesterday. All I can tell you was manual labor that included
I know that guy.
rocks.
Manual?
Lots of rock carrying for me. But I believe that project is about done.
That's my cousin, Manual Labor.
Manual labor. It's my wife's. That's my name for my wife. You know who else was here, y'all? The Cleverleys were here, and they have got the coolest. I don't want to say niche. I guess that's what it is. They've kind of come up with a thing where they play bluegrass music, but they don't play bluegrass songs. They play rock songs, crazy songs, and play them bluegrass style. Would that be a fair assessment?
Bluegrass
big
Gangnam
songs
Style.
like Dangerous. Here's Dangerous with their big songs like.
They did Gangnam Style. They Walk Like an Egyptian. They do that one.
That's the only song I
I kissed a girl.
Kid,
Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry.
I didn't know that song either. I didn't know any of those songs.
They did Shaggy, You're My
Oh
Angel.
yeah.
See, I don't know who Shaggy is, and I don't know You're My Angel.
There wasn't a lot of singing along going on.
Hey, I was singing.
Nah, there you go. He was singing along, but
They killed me when they went into that spiel about he's on a mission to legalize the okra. I was just dying. I was dying.
yeah, they got
yeah,
some,
that's a new T-shirt they have.
Yeah, I know.
it's some pretty crazy humor. Funny guys and nice fellas too. All right, well, moving along, everybody.
Real quick, I want
Yeah.
to say about Gary Puckett. When Gary Puckett came in, something cool for me, one of his guitar pedals died.
Oh yeah.
So he had to borrow a pedal from me. So I loaned him one of my overdrive pedals, and Woody, his band leader, comes up and tells me, thank you for letting Gary use your stuff. We really appreciate it. I said, well, there was an ulterior motive. Now I'm going to go on eBay and say, celebrity used pedal.
For sale, Gary Puckett in the Union Gap stomp pedal.
$2,000.
$2,000. All right, well, we're going to fire back up tomorrow, everybody, here on Wednesday with the Journeyman Eric Clapton
Sold
tribute.
out.
Yep, sold out. So
If you wanted to see Clapton, you're out of luck unless you already got tickets.
Yep, you lose. But if you show up Thursday night, we'll play Crossroads, and we'll play.
Wonderful Tonight.
Yeah, what's that other song you play by Clapton? What's his face?
Tall
sings?
Oh,
What's your drummer's name? Randy sings.
Lay Down Sally.
Yeah, Lay Down Sally. Plays that.
I had to think how it goes.
Well, with a Clapton guy here, He's taken out about half our songs.
Yeah.
Because we play a lot of Eric Clapton songs in our shows, Friday night and all the time. So, but they should be awesome. That's sold out. Thursday is our band again, the OBO Band and Friends. This week we have our special guest, Jeff Slentz. I can never say his name.
Slentz.
Why doesn't he have a regular ass name? Like just Jones or something. Anyway,
Jeff Slentz.
is the T silent?
Yes.
So
Slentz.
it's Slentz.
Yes.
That's a stupid name. Anyway, he'll be here, and he's awesome. And Kathy Pollock will be here.
She's awesome too.
She's awesome too. And John Johnson.
Well.
And he's not very good, but no, he's awesome. He's here 2 weeks in a row only because last week we had a cancelization. That's a big word for me. And I couldn't think of anybody to find, and I called John, and he came to sub. So we're going to get him 2 weeks in a row. But he's awesome and nice guy, and that'll be happening. Then Friday, the building becomes, they're sold out too, are they? I didn't know that. The Malpas brothers.
It becomes a
And,
barnyard.
Yep, and if you don't get to see this show, you'll be sorry that you didn't, because they're awesome. They play old country music, and they also are kind of like the Cleverleys with their comedy. However, I don't think any of that stuff, it's like our band, none of that stuff's scripted. You know, they always ask us, who does your jokes? Nobody, we just make up stuff. But they're awesome, and they'll be here on Friday. Saturday, 2 shows, Sweet Caroline guy.
Jay White. He's
yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
One of the best
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamonds I've ever seen.
Yep. And don't forget, folks, this show is about you because you're all sitting out there like bumps on a log. And here's what's going to happen. After the show, you're going to walk up to the table and go, hey, can I ask you a question? And we're going to say, no. You should ask it now. So if you have a question, we'd rather talk to you than sit here and talk about this stuff because we're just telling you about the shows that are coming here. You could simply pick up one of these things on your way out and you'd know everything you need to know right there. And we could talk about hot rod cars, guitars, motorcycles, and what was it? Guitars.
Cadillacs and hillbilly music.
Yeah, guitars, Cadillacs. Here, there we go. We got a taker. We got somebody on the line. Your name and where you're from, sir? Good morning.
Jay from Connecticut,
Yep.
and I get to talk. Leslie from New York is letting me speak. There is a question in here.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow is our 59th wedding anniversary.
Well, you're the guy that sent me that thing in the mail.
Yes.
Well, you asked, so let me explain because I know where this is going. We have a request line and it's suggestions, and you can send in things. And I know tomorrow's your 59th wedding anniversary, and you wanted to hear Look at Us. However, tomorrow, are you coming tomorrow?
Sure.
Why don't you come Thursday?
We might.
Here's what I'll do. I'll do this. Yeah, let me do this. I can't play that song tomorrow because it's a blues show, and we have to play blues, rock and roll music. I will, since it's your 59th wedding anniversary, I will comp you 2 tickets for Thursday night.
Wow,
So
thank
you
you.
can come for free, and we will play Look at Us for you on Thursday night. How's that?
Okay.
That's the best.
Thank you.
And listen, just $50, and I'll make it happen. No, I'll do that for you. So you'll get 2 tickets before you leave here. Someone will set you up 2 tickets for your 59th wedding anniversary, and we'll play Look at Us on Thursday
you.
night for you.
We'll save you a couple donuts.
However,
Yes.
that might complete my bucket list.
Oh, no,
So
no.
we may have a problem.
No, don't do that. Hey, listen, have you ever gone skydiving? Listen, put this on your list because, Kenny Rogers told me one time, he said the key to happiness is 3 things: something to do, something to look forward to, and someone to love. So it looks like you got someone to love there with you
yeah.
for 59 years. So if you would, and the thing about having something to look forward to, he told me that's what keeps you going in life.
Agreed.
So if you would put skydiving naked on your bucket list, I guarantee you that'll keep you going.
Okay.
All right.
40-degree weather.
40-degree weather. All right. Yeah, somebody here will take care of you, sir, with the tickets for Thursday. All right? Fair enough. Any more questions? Come on, get your hands up. Somebody's got something. You're all sitting out there like you're half crazy. All right. We moving on now?
Here we go.
Oh, you got Mark Chestnut.
Oh, we got to. Yeah, well, we'll take her question, then we'll do Mark Chestnut. Go
I
ahead.
want to say happy birthday to Charlene.
Oh, yeah, Charlene's birthday's today?
No.
Oh.
Charlene's birthday's not till next month.
Oh. Oh, that's okay.
Wrong, Charlene.
It's my sister's birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to my sister. But Charlene's birthday is February 12th.
You know something though?
Thank you,
You know
though.
you know those things on Facebook that pop up and say everybody's birthdays today. I see those. I think I saw her name on there too. Come to think of it, so yeah,
Trying to double
Maybe she
dip.
lied to me.
yeah, or maybe you forgot.
No,
no, I wouldn't do that.
No.
All right, Dane, what about it there, Fast Eddie? Sunday. Do you like Mark Chestnut?
Yeah.
Tell me
yeah.
one of his songs.
Oh man, I've been playing one and he doesn't do in his set called "Talking to Hank," and it was a duet that he did with Possum, and it is the kicker. It is such a smoking tune that he doesn't do that. But actually, I love his version of "Rollin' with the Flow." Yeah, and are you kidding? He's got so many old country. He's got
23
Yeah.
number one
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
I can tell you how hard it is to get a number one record in this country, folks. Let me tell you, not an easy job.
And he did it 23 times.
23 times, and he just does the good old stuff. They got two shows, 2:30 and 7 on Sunday. Is that this Sunday?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Holy crap!
He's from Val's hometown of Beaumont,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yep.
So years ago, I don't think they do this anymore because nothing's the same. But years ago, record companies would have what was called A&R people, and I worked A&R a little bit for a couple of different companies. And what that is they'll say, listen, why don't you go somewhere here and listen to somebody and go see what you can find out there, because that's how they would find people back then. They went to Lexington, Kentucky to hear this guy play. Atlantic Records did. And they didn't like him. They said, man, it's not our thing. Somebody else said, hey, man, there's this dude over playing at a bar across town. You need to go hear him. So they went over to hear him. His name was John Michael Montgomery, and that's how they found him. And so then they find these little hot spots. They signed a bunch of people that were in Atlanta working at a place that I worked. I played at Miss Kitty's, and it was a big honky-tonk back then, and so they go find out who was killing it there. And there was a band called Little Texas working there. There was this dude named Travis Tritt working there. There was this guy named John Barry working there, and this dumb band called Confederate Railroad. And so I say all that to say, Eddie, here's your country music knowledge. What town would Mark Chestnut be from?
Chestnut's from Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah.
Perfect.
George
All right.
Jones.
George Jones, and who else?
Tracy Bird, I
There
think.
you go. Very good. So
Yeah.
they would go to places like that and
Johnny and Edgar Winter.
find. Yeah. They didn't sign Johnny Edgar Winter. Is he from Beaumont, Texas?
Yeah, they are.
I didn't know that.
Al used to watch them play on the street corners, the two brothers.
Wow. Anyway, so I don't know how I got off on that, but that's what they would do. They would go to send A&R people out to come hear bands. Our deal, we had a guy from Capitol Records come to listen to our band in Cincinnati, Ohio. Before anything ever happened, he came up. Then when all this stuff happened and everything blew up and everybody in their world was offering us record deals, we went back to him and said, you were the first guy that came here to see us, and that's how we ended up on Capitol Records. You're a Chestnut fan, right? You know anybody
Absolutely.
in his band?
Yeah, Kerry Stone, his acoustic guitar player. I've known him for a lot of years.
That dude can sing.
Yeah, he can.
I tried to steal him. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think you said that. Yeah.
I did. When we've been through like 3 piano players, but one of our earlier piano players left. I didn't know if he played piano, but boy, he sings so good, I didn't care. Anyway, all right. Then we'll move along. Unless you have a question, just raise your little hand. And here's what's going to happen is, if you don't start asking questions, I'm going to play Mrs. Bonner. I hated Mrs. Bonner. She was my 5th grade school teacher. And bless her heart. And the reason I didn't like her, because my 4th grade teacher loved me and used to have me bring my guitar to school and play for her. And I would sing for her. I also sang at her retirement party. I sang at her 90th birthday, and I sang at her funeral. But Mrs. Bonner hated me because she hated country music. But what I hated about her was she always had cottage cheese stuck in her teeth. But what she would do when the class was silent like that, she would just call on somebody. So she'd go, you. And so that's what I'm going to start doing if you all don't come up with some questions.
Well, there's one right there.
There's one right there. Hi, Betty. How are you?
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you going to be in the movie that Sawyer Brown is coming out with October the 1st? You were on Facebook, all over Facebook this morning.
I was? Yes. I was sleeping.
I know, but you was on it.
Oh, I don't know. They have something coming out.
Yeah, it's a documentary about.
Oh,
the-
yeah, I'm already. Yeah, I'm in the documentary.
Okay, well, that's
Lots
what-
of me. More than I thought. I thought, I didn't think I'd be in that documentary that much, but I'm all over it, I guess. Whatever.
Bobby,
Yeah.
I saw you this morning too on Facebook, but the word "wanted" was above your.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen this guy?
Wanted.
Hey, we got the Seeger one being rescheduled too. Is that sold out?
Yep, going on next week, a week from today. Now, folks, we will not have, is that right, boss, up there? We will not have a podcast?
No podcast
out.
next Tuesday.
Yep, no podcast next Tuesday, y'all, because we'll be doing a show in here, and it's the rescheduled show of Forever Seeger. Now, both those shows were originally sold out, but because they had to reschedule it for Tuesday, we now have some seats available for that show. And this is just me, but out of all of the tributes, bands that come here, they're like one of my probably top 5, and then probably in my top 2. Number one's, what's those guys that do the Chicago stuff?
Brass Transit.
Yeah.
Brass Transit's by far the best band, tribute bands, singers, best anything that comes in here. Those guys are unbelievably good, and these Seeger guys are right behind them. Did you get your? I never understood what they were wanting to do to your van. I tried to-
Kurt made me a new magnetic sticker for my van.
Yeah, but I don't get it. I guess there's an inside joke there somewhere.
It advertises the free candy that I give away. All you have to do is step into the back of my van, and I'll give you some candy.
I think I
We
know
need
where
to get
that
him
is.
a nut sauce sticker.
Yeah, got that on one side and Ben's nut sauce on the other side of his van. No wonder you get pulled over all the time. All right, let's talk about Wednesdays for a little bit, everybody. The Blues and Brews things are a BOGO offer now through February 25th. Buy one, get one ticket free, plus beer and wines are BOGO as well. So that's happening from January to February. So show up here on Wednesdays and get all liquored up with us. You all don't have to go to work in the morning, right? Or if you did, you'd be there now. So all right. So that's going on.
And speaking of the Blues and Brews, is we have some. I mean, they're incredible entertainers. Mark Hummel and his All-Star Blues Band is one of the best blues acts out there. They're going to be here. DeSoto Tiger Testimonies coming back, and they're amazing. Eric Johansson is one of the hottest guitar players on the planet. Duke Tomato is a legend in the upper Midwest as far as blues goes. Stacy Mitchhart, of course, you know Stacy Mitchhart. He's an incredible performer. But don't forget, on the patio, we have some incredible entertainment before the show.
This is a
So
place. Tell them when the Cat Daddy of Cat Daddies are going to be there.
If you come to the Stacy Mitchhart show, you need to make sure to get your tickets now for Stacy Mitchhart, because performing on the patio, the one and only Keith Horn.
That place will be packed on the patio. Nobody will come here, and they'll all be able to see Keith. You get to see Keith Horn for free. Then come and see Stacy
yeah,
Mitchhart.
for Mark Hummel, I have my buddy Dave Orlick, and his friend Mike are going to be doing the patio, and then for the Eric Johansson show, I'm going to be on the patio.
Oh, you're going to do the patio?
Yeah, me and Charlene.
Oh, really?
Who can attract more people in the patio, Keith Horn or she and I?
Yeah, that's what we're going to
Hey.
see.
Contest
That's
is
gonna,
on.
That's
All right,
going to
we
be
need to
the
take a
thing.
bet.
Who draws more people on the patio? Yeah, well, if they draw a lot of people out on the patio, then I'm going to start booking. I'll book you guys in here on Tuesday night and make some money. I got to make some money.
But all those shows, Mark Hummel, DeSoto Tigers, Eric Johansson, those are part of the buy one, get one. So if you don't have your tickets, make sure you get your tickets. They're incredible artists. They're going to be the shows. DeSoto Tiger Testimony, their harmonica player is probably the best harmonica player I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty,
he was doing Mozart on the harmonica.
pretty crazy. All right, moving on. That's Wednesday. Friday, January 30th, about the last, no, I guess there's one more, almost the last day. Country music legend T.G. Shepherd. He will be here, 7 o'clock for one show. Our band, the Orange Blossom Opry Band, will be backing him up.
That's my birthday.
That is?
TG, yep.
And I wanted to learn a bunch of TG songs because he sings in the same register I do. And and he had big hits, and then my wife brought to my attention that most of his songs about womanizers, so I went, well, I guess I won't learn any of those. I already have to sing trashy women. She doesn't like that very well.
Last Cheaters of Walls.
Yep. The Last Cheaters Waltz. Oh, I loved them every
War
one.
is hell on the hunt for
I've loved some ladies. I've held them in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But awesome songs. T.G. Shepherd, one of the coolest guys that you ever meet. Just
some of the best stories.
Just a couple weeks ago, I butt dialed him. I don't know why my phone, oh, crap, and I shut it off. He calls me, Bobby, did you butt dial me? And I said, yeah, I did, TG, I'm sorry. He said, well, we might as well talk a while. So I said, all right, how you been? So anyway, TG Shepherd, Phil Collins Experience, that'll be here on the 2 shows on the last day of January. Last day of January, do that. So you want to get, if you're a Phil Collins fan, that guy's from, where's he from? I talked to him yesterday. He's got this, I think he's from Scotland. I think that's where he's from. He's got that British accent. I can't do that accent. I can't do any accents. Can you?
Nope.
I can only do the people at the nail place where I need to go. Yesterday I was working. I worked with rocks. Not pleasant. Broke my nail. I wear fake nails on both fingers. Broke my nail. Have to go there. That's the only I can do those guys. No, I can do that accent because I can't ever understand them.
Yeah, but you don't want to make a mistake of tell either a Scottish or a British person that they sound alike.
No, because they don't like that, right?
I made that mistake, and they will correct you real quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's...
He is from Scotland.
He is from Scotland.
Yes.
So I got it right?
Yeah, but if you
But I
tell them they
wouldn't call
sound
him-
like British, so they're going to...
Yeah, don't call him a Brit. Right. Well, it's like getting the girl at the nail place mixed up with the girl at the Chinese restaurant, right? They're not the same.
No.
But I wouldn't know the difference. But they talk the same. Anyway.
Somebody ask a question or have a comment and say that.
We're dying up here.
This
You
is
folks
going
are just
south
sitting
real
out there
fast.
laughing, and I'm running out of jokes.
If anybody's keeping track, I wanted to point out that from this coming Sunday to the following Sunday, the 7 days, we're going to have 10 shows in here in 7 days. We have 2 shows on Sunday. We have two shows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday again. So
Yeah, that means we
there's
work
plenty
every-
of opportunity to see us, so come on down.
Yeah, come hang out. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Hi, this is Lorinda from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
A great show on Thursday. We were here. But on the second half of the show, are you going to have some of the great talent from the patio, like Chop or Susie D or Carol, come in?
Well, I'm trying to, this whole thing just has taken a shift this year. So he's now booking the patio, and I'm booking the Thursdays and taking care of the Thursday show. So this is kind of all new thing. And so we've been talking about using both like that. Say, hey, book them out there. So we can book some new people out there and see how they do. And if they're pretty good, then we could put them on Thursdays.
That actually, that leads me to something that I wanted to mention, that if anybody out there does want to perform on the patio, either in the crowd or online, just get a hold of me. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. I have the schedule's pretty full right now, but I do have, Lou's out here. Trust me, I got Lou out here. The patio now, it is a volunteer performance. It's for you perform for tips, but it's a great platform to be able to get your music out, and it does give you the opportunity to talk to us about possibly performing Thursday nights.
Inside.
Yeah.
On Thursday, which is a paying gig. Mm-hmm. So there you go. And what I'm trying to do with Thursday night is this whole thing is about you all trying to figure out what you wanted, what you want to do. And I looked at, people wanted to hear more of the OBO band. So we're doing more of the OBO band because a lot of people can't get tickets for Friday Night Live. So here's your chance to come on Thursdays. It's not exactly the same, but we play a lot of songs. And
The format's quite a bit looser.
Yeah, a little bit looser.
We're going to be experimenting with different songs, new songs.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you mentioned that they should get a hold of you, but how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, his number's in the bathroom, girl's
Yeah.
bathroom, right there,
Yeah.
stall number 4.
It's on the wall.
Well, you can get a
for a
hold of me
good time.
through the Orange Blossom Opry website. You can get a hold of me through the official Orange Blossom Opry app. which is available free on any Android or iPhone platform. You can also, I have an email. It's DJAQUEZ, my name, Dave, or DHaquez at obopry.com. You could send me an email through there, or you could just message me on Facebook.
Opry. Opry.
obopry.com. Or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram, which also reminds me that we do have an Instagram page. A lot of people don't realize that the Orange Blossom Opry has an Instagram page. A lot of people know about our Facebook page, but we do have Instagram and Spotify also, as well as our YouTube channel. If you are online or if you're watching us online, make sure you're going through and subscribing to our channel, liking, and there's a little bell. You can hit the notification to let you know when we go on live. You can watch these shows as they happen, or you can watch replays of them. Every share, comment, like, subscription helps spread. It puts us in the algorithm for a wider distribution. So make sure you're helping getting the word about the Orange Blossom Opry out to the world.
The best way to get a hold of Dangerous is just show up at the county line at noon on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I go down to the post office. The poster's on the wall.
He's always
down
there. There's
That's
just
on-
pictures of him there,
Yeah.
though. All right, February, we're going to kick off with Twitty and Lynn. That's Conway Twitty's grandson and Loretta Lynn's granddaughter. Now, originally, that group was Kitty Wells' granddaughter, because it was Kitty Twitty. But she bailed, and so now it's Twitty and Lynn. They'll be here February 1st. If you like the music of Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn, they had a bunch of records together, and I think they do a couple songs. And they'll have a couple of all-star members in their band. Their steel player will be Doug Stock, and their piano player will be Dustin Jenkins. So those boys will be double dipping that day. Dangerous and I will be sitting on the sidelines. That's what
Eating
we'll be.
ice cream.
Eating ice cream. That's what we do.
Beer floats.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, we might have to try the beer float.
Yeah, the beer float. Then we talked about Wednesdays. On Saturday, here's an interesting show coming to the Opry, y'all, on February 7th. I don't know what happened to these guys, but whatever. The lead singers from Little Texas, Restless Heart, and Lone Star have got together and started a band called The Frontmen, and they were all the lead singers of all these bands. So I've never heard them, but they're all awesome singers, and I know they've all had huge, huge records. And to me, that's going to be like going to 3 concerts at one time, because you're going to hear the hits of Restless Heart, the hits of Little Texas, and the hits of Lone Star by the original singers, because they're not, I think Larry's still, is their band done too? I don't know.
Yeah, Restless Heart's on hiatus.
I think
Now, Little Texas and Lone Star are still touring, but
they have different guys, right?
yeah, Porter is fronting Little Texas now, and he's the lead guitar player.
Yep.
And then Lone Star has Drew Womack from Sons of the Desert.
Oh, is he singing? Yeah.
Yeah, he's singing. And what's funny is Keith played in he played in Lone Star with Richie, and he played in Sons of the Desert with Drew.
Yeah. So, well, it's hard to get in a band that one of us hadn't played in. Anyway, it's going to be a great show, because if you like that music, and why wouldn't you? It's great songs. I mean, they had some incredible songs, all by the original singers. They will be here on the 7th of September. So let's get that.
7th of February.
What did I say?
September.
Well, they'll probably be here then, too. But if you have any more questions, it's a lot more fun than us just babbling up here along.
What's Eddie got up here this morning?
Yeah, Eddie, what do you got going? You usually bring a record in,
Yeah,
right?
Susie Bogus. You know, she
She was
she's
officially inducted.
into the country music.
That other
No,
Opry.
no. She's now
Grand Ole
become a
Opry.
member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes, that's what it was. But she's coming this year too, so she's a sweetheart. Man, she deserved it. I was so happy to see that.
Susie's great. Let me tell you what a Susie Bogus story. So I'm at home for Christmas a couple years ago. My cousin's husband says, "Man, Bobby, I love Susie Bogus. I love Susie Bogus. Would you do me a favor?" Because she was on the same record label I was, so we pretty good pals. And he gives me her record, an album. He said, would you get this signed? I said, man, I'll be glad to. So I take the record with me. Susie comes, I've lost the record. Can't find it, forget about it. It's Christmas Day. I'm going back to my cousin's house. I go to my cousin's house over there, all of us. Oh, man. So what do? I said, I got there. I said, Paul, man, I lost your record, but hold on a minute. So I call her up and I say, listen, I tell her the story. I said, would you wish my cousin a Merry Christmas? And I give him the phone. So that's what kind of trooper she is. She's great. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering if your wife was a singer.
No, my wife does not sing. My wife was going to come with me this morning, but did not. My wife does not sing. My wife has many other talents, but her daughters sing amazing. They don't sing out. In other words, I can't hardly get them to sing here. I've tried to. I think they both have at one time or another, but they don't. The two sing, but they do other things. So they don't do it professionally. They mostly sing around the house, but they're very, very good.
Now, Sandy told me that she does play something very well.
Oh, Sandy plays piano. Yeah.
Well, no, I heard she plays the radio really well.
Oh, yeah, she plays the radio. Sandy plays piano pretty good. But my wife is a jack of all trades. From landscaper to tractor driving, nail driving, she's I don't know.
Horse breaking?
Horse breaking. She's tough. She's beautiful. And you see this girl that's all beautiful and you think she's so petite and so ladylike. And I think, boy, if they really knew her, man, she'd grab a shovel and get out in the mud, roll around at you, and cuss you out if you don't go get the nails. Get those nails. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Bobby, your promise is
2
being
tickets.
fulfilled right now for
There you
Thursday
go.
night.
All right. There they are. Listen, they're the last 2 tickets in the back corner back there, but by God, you'll enjoy the show. No, I don't know where the tickets are, but remind me. We'll look at us for you on Thursday. Okay? 59 years, man. You should write a book, right? How'd that happen? I mean, just woke up one day, or
We met when we were 14
yeah.
and went to, let's see, junior high, high school, college together, the Navy,
Oh, no kidding.
and business together.
Wow, that's so amazing, huh? And still,
That's a journey.
And
We work together in our business.
no kidding.
I need a gold star.
One of y'all do. Yeah. Well, that's amazing. You don't see that much these days, you know. My wife and it's finally the perfect match for me, and I'm hoping that we get 59 years. Of course, I'll be 130, but well, congratulations to you.
I think it's going to be older than that, Bob.
Yeah, it might be 140. Yeah, 50 years. Yeah. Hey, shut up! All right. Mr. Math Man over there.
You know, Charlene and I went to get my phone is on its last leg. So
Oh, yeah.
we went to go get new phones yesterday. And, you know, we've been married 8 years now, a little over 8 years. And the lady at the phone place told me that Charlene's never changed her name on the phone bill.
Oh, really?
So, aha!
Oh, yeah.
No wonder I can't ever access anything on this thing.
Oh, yeah. I need to get a new phone. So I saw Captain Kurt. He's got a bigger phone. I want one of those bigger phones. They're bigger than this. This thing's kind of small. I got
It's still not big enough for you not to lose it.
Yeah.
Tom has the cool phone.
Okay.
Tom has one of the flip phones that opens up and looks like
Tom still has a
looks
flip
like an
phone.
iPad.
Anybody still have a flip phone?
No,
No,
it's
it's
the
the
new
new
one.
flip
Yeah,
phone.
the new one. It turns.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
a
like a
different-
movie screen
What?
when he opens
Yeah,
it up.
different style of foot phone.
Yeah.
I could have got one of those, but I was afraid I'd break it. So.
Yeah, well, Bobby will break it.
Yeah.
With his activities in the mornings, shoveling the
Oh,
snow,
yeah,
he will
yeah.
break it.
My phone takes a beating. Let me tell you that. All right. Well, I think we kind of covered about everything that's going on here at the Orange Blossom Opry. We still got a few times. If you guys, I'm gonna just pick on somebody and go, sir. Where are you from? There you go. Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yep. And see, yeah. Here we go.
That's the other dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. That's what.
Yeah. In the advertisements of, not advertisements, but shows coming up,
Yes.
they still show center stage on some Thursdays.
That's because they printed all that up.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And then there's some legacy groups in on there, and I'm sure they're coming. But if
Yeah.
But if it says center stage, it's not going to be center
No,
stage.
it'll be so center stage will be us, the OBO band, and then anything else. I guess I should have explained that because in the winter, I want to say summer, but it's winter. In the January, that's a really busy season, and a lot of times on Thursday nights they'll bring national or outside acts in too. So if you notice, our Friday night lives are speckled. And the Thursday nights are the same, but meaning speckled. So the Thursday, if it says Hootie and the Blowfish or Joe, whoever, I don't know, whoever's here on Thursday, they will be here. If it says center stage, it will be the OBO band, us. We changed all of that.
And classic country, we have our classic country
I think
shows
we have
on
classic
Thursdays.
country on Thursdays too, and that will remain the same. And then eventually, it'll pan out to be through the summer, probably just the OBO band on Thursdays. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Just wondering, with Toby Keith's band, you seem to know a lot about everybody in the business. What's happening with them? Are they working? I'm sure they are, but.
Well, Dink Cook is his bass player.
He's been out with Wade Hayes.
He's one of those guys that he's out with Wade Hayes one day and Billy Dean the next day. And
Rich Eckert, Toby's lead guitar player, is playing with Sean Gerhardt in the Garth tribute.
Yeah,
he was here recently, and he'll be back later this year, I believe.
So some of those guys, Toby took pretty good care of his band. Some of the guys weren't in there. I think Dink's been in the band. They're probably pushing 15 years or so. I remember when he joined the band. So some of the guys are probably doing other things. The only guy I know real well was the bass player, and I know his manager real well because he used to be my manager. TK is his name, Terry Kimbrell. But, those guys move on and do other things. So that's one of the things about the music business. You think you got a stable footing, and all of a sudden, you don't. So it's not like doing something else in life where you got a job every day. You never know.
Good
Yes,
morning.
sir. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm good. My question is, and you just brought it up, about longevity playing with a band. What's some of the real time frames of a guy lasting in the same band year after year after year? How long did
Some are different. A lot of it has to do with who you work for. Conway Twitty had the same band for years and years and years. If you take care of your band, a lot of these guys in the band today, they don't have retirement per se, but they'll do 401ks on them and to help them. Like Alan Jackson's had the same guys forever. The story about George Strait's an amazing story, if you know that story. There was a band called the Ace in the Hole Band in Texas. They put an ad in the paper, they needed a lead singer. And so George come and auditioned for the band, and they hired him, and he said, well, I'm working on getting a record deal, and which everybody is. And anyway, long story short, he got a record deal and kept the band. So a lot of those guys keep bands for a long time, and then some not so much. And I don't know, even bands like, here's the front man. I'm not taking anything away from them, but there's Lone Star, the biggest bands in the country, and, they break up. So it's hard to keep a band together to begin with. It's hard to find the camaraderie. You got to remember, I don't know how well any of you, pick you 4 people right out of the front line and put you in a bus where you can't get any further apart than this, for 20 years and see how well you get along. So there's a lot of that goes on in there, and some of those guys take good care of their bands. I think it's probably more in the past, more like that, like Merle Haggard and those guys. Maybe not so much today. I don't know. Dave.
Yeah, I would say that the days of the long living bands
probably
is a thing of the past. Yeah, because
the days of donuts are just begun.
Well, and a lot of it happens that all of a sudden, if they're playing arenas or big halls, and all of a sudden the music industry changes and they're playing corner bars, some of them guys just get off the wagon. They don't want to do that anymore.
Well, a lot of the singers especially out of Nashville right now, is that they'll get hired or picked up just to do one set of shows, one run of shows. They won't actually be a member of the band. They'll just the band will schedule, say, like, 5 shows through the Midwest. They'll go out for those 5 shows, and then they'll come back to Nashville, and they'll go to work for the next guy. They go to California for 5 shows or 3 shows.
I did that a lot. I played steel for a bunch of people. When I was in between bands, somebody called me, and that's what you are. I go play this. Then there's the stories. I was great friends. I'm not knocking anybody, so don't think I'm knocking anybody. I'm just telling you inside stuff, probably. The Dance Hall Doctors were Tim McGraw's band, and they played on his records, toured with him, and we're getting a little bit of, I don't want to say fame, but recognition themselves as the Dance Hall Doctors, because they played on the records and they did this. And Tim just came in one day and said, management says I got to hire a younger band. Out the door you went. So in the music business, Kenny Rogers, he had the same guys in his band for a long, long time.
If Bobby's going to eat donuts on stage, Penny brought that specifically for you, Dangerous. So
you're a Sprinkles guy. Yeah, so it's all different, I can tell you this, I'm not saying it because they're here, but at my stage of the game, to find a job like this is heaven here on earth. To, first of all, not have to travel all over the place, and second of all, at least this week, I know I'm going to have a job for a while. So that's something that's not really around, But yeah, well, the bosses are going, that's debatable, right?
Meeting right after
we
the
have
show.
a Facebook question, I believe.
We have Facebook question, but we have bosses making different noises up there. Facebook first, go ahead, good morning.
This question is from Debbie. Can you talk about the style of the guitar used by the lead guitar player at the Gatlin Brothers show? It didn't have any keys at the end of the neck. How did it work?
Here's Steinberger.
Dangerous is the guitar guy. With his mouth full.
As I take a big bite of donut.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It was a guy named Ned Steinberger designed a guitar that did not have a headstock. If you're familiar with guitars, you have the headstock, the neck, and then the body. The headstock is where the tuning keys go, and that's where the strings attach, and that's how you tune it. Well, he came up with an idea to incorporate, because a lot of tuning stability issues happen at the headstock, and that's why Big Ben's nut sauce works so well, because it lubricates all that stuff. But Steinberger decided that, well, that's where most of the tuning issues happen, so let's just take that out of the equation. His strings literally just went from the nut to the saddle, so there was no slippage, and it was a very stable tuned guitar.
You tune it at the other end, though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you tune it on the body end with and they took special strings. They actually had to have balls on both ends instead of guitar strings have a little ball on one end, and then you tie them around the tuning key. That's how you tighten them up. But these strings were specifically cut to a certain length with balls on either end. But another interesting thing about the Steinberger guitar is that was one of the first guitars to ever utilize carbon fiber. The body, if you noticed, I don't know if they noticed the body of that particular guitar was much smaller than a regular body. And that's because the body was actually a small piece of wood covered in carbon fiber, and that made it real stable. And the goal was to make it a very stably tuned guitar so it would play in perfect tune.
Can I say this about the guitar? Balls or no balls, they still look stupid. I love Steve. If you're watching Steve Smith, his guitar player, I've known him for a long time, love you to death. Those guitars just look stupid. Question back there, but they were real popular, not so much anymore, right? Or
they got pretty popular in the late 80s, early 90s when Steinberger was a real big company. But because they were so design proprietary, you had to get special strings. It was really hard to find different options as far as for, like, some guys tune differently.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to find accessories for it. So they're still around, but...
If it's really stable tuning, maybe Bobby could get one and you could glue a headstock onto the end of it so it didn't look stupid.
Hey, here's the thing, though. Chad Richards, from Gene Watson's band, up here there's nothing you can do about it, but the air conditioners blow right out of up there, and all it takes, your guitar is made of thin wood and metal and all this stuff. All it takes is a little temperature change, And you see me all the time chasing my tuning because my guitars, I play different guitars, dangerous too. and Gary Puckett literally stopped his show the other day. Whoa, because his guitar was so out of tune. That's something you always have to fight with. Yes, sir.
Peter from Ottawa.
Hi, Peter.
Hello. Do you ever have any rules in the bands about not being able to do anything because you don't want to hurt your fingers or don't lift rocks, stuff?
Yeah, like me.
Yes, no cans on stage.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any rules. Most of these guys that play guitar for a living, I can tell you this. I have 3 pair of John Deere gloves. I wear gloves. I broke a fingernail yesterday with the rock, but it was through the glove. I wear gloves all the time to protect my hands, and I do a lot of...
Well, if you ask my wife, she says that I never do dishes because it affects my hands.
Soft. Well, I think you have to be cautious. You have to be probably more cautious with your voice. Don't be yelling or doing crazy stuff, or in our case, allergies and colds and stuff. So I think we I think all of us try to do things to avoid certain things that may hinder your...
So I suppose video games keep your fingers nimble. Is that
That's it.
practice?
That's it, yeah.
I've never played a video game in my life, I could tell you that.
I have a rule backstage to stay away from the cherry pie.
Yeah. Yeah, because the only thing that does is affect your belt line. Hey, I bought a new belt, y'all, a size smaller. Yes, go ahead.
Look at Us by Keith is the best song the Opry does, I think. And why did you change it to Dustin?
Well, here's a story that's a question asked. A band, look at a band as a team. We're all a team. And what do we want to do? We want to win. And sometimes being a team member means, I can say this, I wanted to sing a certain song. Keith sings Look at Us, great. He's been singing it forever and ever and does an incredible job on it. Just so happens, though, that Dustin's wheelhouse is Vince Gill. He sings all the Vince Gill songs, probably as good or better than Vince Gill. So Keith said, why don't you sing it? So that's why they changed it. It wasn't, I wouldn't let, nor would they, somebody come in and say, hey, Dangerous, I want to sing that song. Nobody does that in this band. But if somebody in the band says, you know what, which I've done several times, I think you'll sing this song better than I do, then that's how that goes. It's up to whoever's singing the song. And when a new guy comes in, like Dustin has, I pick a lot of the songs, and somebody else starts singing them. When Chris left, Dangerous picked up some of his songs because we like those songs, and you all like them. And
one of my favorite examples is when we learned "Living on Love" by Alan Jackson. I was going to sing it, and we tried it in rehearsal, and I just didn't like the way it sounded when I sang it. So I said, well, why don't we let somebody else sing it? And Randy picked it up, and Randy does a great job on it.
And again, a lot of that comes from the guy. These guys are all pros. They know when they don't suck, but they know when
it's not good.
Yeah, they go, you know what, man, you could sing that better than me. It doesn't really matter because it's not about me or you or him or Dave. It's about us, the band. We're a team, and.
One thing real quick, I just remembered that we forgot to do, and excuse me,
we have coffee with this donut. That's what we forgot.
No, we have to send out a big shout out and a huge thanks to Mike for helping us out Sunday.
Yeah, what'd Mike do? I saw him back on back sleeping.
No, he played piano and harmonica and sang.
Oh, that
yeah,
Mike.
Mike Price.
Yeah, Mike Price did. He came and filled in for us. I was thinking, well, Mike didn't play piano.
Not that Mike.
I wasn't
the other
even
Mike.
here.
Yeah, no, Mike wasn't here.
No, Mike Price filled in for us on Sunday and
Yes,
did a
that's-
fantastic job, and we'd like to say thanks to him.
Yes, sir.
He's a great guy. He's always fun to hang around.
Yep, good
And,
time. Well, when Dustin came back, when I was working with him, he said, look, I've got a couple of these shows that I've promised people I'll do, and I think there's 5 or 6. And they're spattered out throughout the year. And I said, okay, give me the dates, and we'll get Mike to sub. So Mike does a great job subbing. So, yeah. So did that answer your question? Are you okay with that? You won't be mad. I don't think you guys, do you guys care who sings what or not? I guess you do. Maybe you do, huh? I don't know. You do? What? Oh, wait a minute.
When Keith does, when Keith does the Vince Gill song, he sounds more like the record. And that's what you were always talking about. You wanted to do the songs that sound
So you
like
think
the record.
Keith sings more like Vince Gill than Dustin?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I will.
You do too, Larry? You don't know anything. No. What?
Yeah, I like his Keith better than I did Dustin. I like Dustin singing, don't get me wrong, but I like Keith singing the song.
Look at us, babe.
I think Keith was happy to get rid of it because it's
He
so
was.
hard to sing.
He was happy to get rid of it. Well, here's another thing. I'm just saying, I don't want to get in. I'm going to depart this subject. Sometimes people get used to a phone. It's real hard to get a different kind of phone because you're used to this. And so a lot of people get used to one thing and you want to switch together. I will. Keith Horn is an amazing singer, and he can sing things that Dustin can't. And so that's where we use him, is on those things that Dustin can't sing, that he's strong. But there is no doubt in my mind, or in the Isaacs' mind, that nobody sings Vince Gill better than Dustin. Not to disagree with you folks, but just telling you. Tell that to the Isaacs. Yes, ma'am. Sir, one more.
When Keith is singing Look at Us, he's singing it to his girlfriend. And
Well, yeah, there is that.
With her.
Okay.
I mean, that comes through.
All right. Well, anyway, we're going to move along because Dustin will be singing "Look at Us." If Keith wants him to sing "Look at Us," Dustin will be singing that. If Keith wants that, that's the way it goes. If one of the guys in the band say, "I don't want to sing that anymore," you sing it. They make the decisions in the band who sings what, and that's kind of going to be the end.
But regardless, you will hear that song Thursday night for this lovely couple
well,
here.
no matter who sings it, maybe we'll get one to sing one part and one to sing another part. I don't know, but we'll get it figured out. That's
Maybe they'll sing to each other.
Yeah, they can sing it to you. No, we're not going there. But that was totally, just so you know, to clear it up, and then we're done with it. It was totally Keith's call. Keith totally came up and said, "Hey, why don't you sing that song?" Keith also came up to Kit when Kit was here and said, "You know what, why don't you sing
Calling Baton Rouge."
Calling Baton Rouge, because Keith was singing that. And it's guys know what they can sing and what they can't sing. I told you, there's been a bunch of songs I wanted to sing. I've sang them. I went, man, I suck. And I've got somebody else in the band to sing it. So you got to just, it's up to them. I don't tell them what to sing and what not to sing. They make that decision. All right, moving on.
It's that time.
Oh, time to go? Wow.
How you like that? We get questions and all of a sudden it's over.
All right. Well, listen, I hope you all had a good time. And we will not be here next Tuesday.
No podcast next Tuesday because we have 2 shows with the rescheduled Bob Seger tribute.
But we'll be back the Tuesday after that. And,
Mitchell wanted me to ask you if we're opening or closing tomorrow, and to let Mitchell know we are opening for Eric Clapton tomorrow. So there will be I'm sure we'll be streaming it. Our openers, we always do. You can catch those on YouTube and Facebook live, and you can watch replays on both channels as well.
My little cousin Mitchell lives in Lake City, Michigan, and gets his guitar out and plays with us every time we play. So we love you, Mitchell, and thank you, everybody, for coming. Come see us at the Orange Blossom Opry sometime.
You'll be
glad you did.